can't sleep. I have to bring the vibes. Mr. Biggs, give me an next little riff, madam. I can't sleep there. I feel like my... Oh,
where them get it from? Nobody know. The father was a killer. Oh, well, I see him turn them grow. Oh, I know me can't sleep. No matter how me try to do it, me can't sleep. I feel gunshot to me.
Can you all sleep in Moruga Tableland? Are you sleeping? I feel like all you're sleeping. All you need to wake up. Me can't sleep. We can't sleep. We can't sleep because we have work to do. I say good evening to the Honorable Leader of the Opposition and Dr. Gregory Bissessa. I know the Leader of the Opposition ain't sleeping, and not because she can't sleep. It's because we're busy. Good evening to MP Michelle Benjamin and the Moruga Tableland team. Members of Parliament. Moruga Tableland, are you asleep? No. But this song is as if you're hungry. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I love coming to your constituency. It truly demonstrates the diversity of the UNC. Very recently, we were here I accompanied the Leader of the Opposition and others to the spiritual Shouter Baptist Day, and of course, it was a whole breakdown in the constituency. The UNC's superpower is its diversity. Don't let people let you believe this big, bad, powerful, vibrant party is too good for you. Is it too good for you? Boy, there's something hungry in Moruga Tableland. The UNC is working its way to government. And the sons and daughters of those whose forefathers labored in the sugar cane, those who toiled in the oil fields. Mr. Jackman of OWT is here. You know sugar and oil make sweet oil. And we all for that. We all for that. Those who sowed this land to ensure we had food on our tables. My mother Vida cooked food at the breakfast shed with Aunt Judah and Divina to ensure her children did not go hungry. So yes, those who sell fried chicken and chips have a place and a space in the United National Congress. We are happy to welcome everybody. Everybody, you are welcome in the House of the Rising Sun. UNC, you worked for this. Let us keep the formation until the last whistle. That is when the votes are counted on election night. Keep the formation. Don't fall out. In this regard, I must make mention of last Saturday when MP Arnold Ram came into the war room at the constituency office that we have at La Hockey Total Paru. He came to work with us. Chairman Ryan Rampersad, in his wrapping up, reminded us that during the COVID, MP Ram was also there, helping us handing out hampers and so on during COVID, to help those who are most vulnerable in our communities. MP Ram knows the UNC currently holds 19 seats, and we need to get to seat 20 and 21. He understands too, we are all in this together. Thank you, MP Ram, for your kindness and generosity. Thank you so much. That is what we have to do as brothers and sisters in this great party. Moruga Tableland, we have to keep the focus on what is important. As we stumbled from one horrible tragedy to the next, we can hardly catch up collective breath. I keep speaking about 21-year-old, she was that at the time, Sadeh Emmanuel, who left home one day to go visit the mall and never came back, never returned to her home. 23-year-old Andrea Barrett, who catching a taxi to go home from work, never was seen by her father again. She was found 4 days after. Ashanti Riley taking a taxi to go see her grandmother. 11-year-old Ezekiel Huggins, who was riding a bike to the neighborhood shop. What they have in common is that they were all murdered. Murdered in the prime of their life. Murder victim, one of the most recent, Miss Crystal Haricharan, who was killed in her car. Prior to that, she had she was firebombed twice. Went to the police station, was told there was nothing we could do for you. We are just living in this pool of blood. And UNC, we cannot stop talking about it because the government is doing nothing about it. And if we don't stand in the gap for you, if Kamla Prasad, Mr. Sandy, UNC don't stand in the gap for you, who is going to stand in the gap for you? Who, UNC? Is there anyone who is talking about murders? This mother died slumped over a car. Did you see anybody from the government say anything? No, that is normal. Senator Robert just spoke about the 7 babies who were dead. What did they get? Consolation. What did Rowley give the family of the 4 divers after they would have begged and pleaded to meet with him? He gave them a glass of juice and his consolation. That is all they are doing. How are we going to continue to live like that? Our life is in our hand. This is not even about the PNM and the UNC anymore. This is about YOU. And the next election you must vote for YOU. People are asking me, what is the difference between Rowley and Kamla? The difference between Rowley and Kamla is 106 schools. Is 9 police stations. Is 7,800 houses. Is 12,000 repairs. That is what the difference is. It's 14% versus 4%. What is greater? Is 4 bigger than 14? No. We have to do the maths. This is right in front of you. Nobody shouldn't be begging people to vote right now in Trinidad and Tobago. The difference is obvious. You would not have been in this pool of blood. Can you imagine Kamla Persad-Bissessar as the Prime Minister and 4 men are offshore? They have gone out to work. The family, they have a reasonable expectation they'll return home safely. And they are not at home. And somebody go and tell Kamla Persad-Bissessar that these 4 men are offshore, suffering a 6-inch pipeline, and she will stand up there and do nothing. She will sit there and do nothing. She'll turn in her bed and do nothing. I could tell you, Kamla Persad-Bissessar would have moved heaven and earth, including going out there in a boat to find those divers. And that is the fundamental difference. Don't ask me. It is there. It's not as if a stranger. She worked for you and in your interest for 5 years, from 2010 to 2015. People meet me all over and tell me it was the best time of their lives. Last week, during Eid, I was talking to a young lady and her husband. Between the 2 of them, they have 5 degrees. The girl started to cry because she leaves San Fernando at 3 a.m. to go to work in Port of Spain, and then try to return to hold classes on the afternoon, all to make 2 ends meet. Young people. And you know what she's telling me? She said, we cannot, with all of that, we cannot afford a house. I say, I've been on a flight with one Udal Munilal, and the flight attendant, after tucking him in with the blanket, pulled out a piece of paper and said, "That's my number." Why is that? They knew that every week he was giving out 100 houses. We gave out over 800 houses to the national security personnel. That is police, fire. 1 week we gave 100 houses just to fire. You ask them, it's in the record. We had programs called It's Been a Long Time Coming for those who have been waiting for 14 years. We gave out houses to those people. People crying like baby on Munilal's shoulder, and he patting, sobbing, because they never knew they would have held this thing called a key. Now all the PNM doing is putting up billboard and a sign of things to come. Rowley playing Jesus. Oh, Muhammad. Oh, Jesus. He does see. He need to come to Moruga and set up shop. He has a dream, but he has no Martin Luther King. All he doing is putting a billboard all over the place. They should send a little warden after Rowley. And they're telling you woulda, coulda, shoulda. Close your eye and you will see after election you're going to get what? We gave out over 7,000 keys. And when the new Minister of Housing turned up on the compound, she said, this is stupidness. It is stupidness for her. But for the girl who was crying in San Fernando, and I told her, you are 8 years too late. I asked her, did you vote? She said no. I said, I did a mistake. I hope you're going to vote next time. Vote for you. Moruga, Tableland, we have to vote in our best interests. All this thing about who black, who white, who head straight, who head soft, it ain't matter when you don't have a roof over your head. It does not matter, just like Crystal. When she went to the police station, she said, they tell her, you come again with this fire bombing. She said, you're going to wait until I die. And what happened? Somebody shoot her dead last week. It is reported in the papers. It is there for us to see. If Kamla Persad-Bissessar wasn't coming, that will not happen until one Christmas Day. I'm in my office sitting down. The Prime Minister at the time, the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, did not know I was in my office. And I got this call. The Prime Minister, so I say this lady calling me to wish me a Merry Christmas. She called me to ask me about somebody, about housing, the number, why it is. Christmas Day. Miss Kamla Prasad says, I don't know Christmas, she's Scrooge. So I'm there in my office, I didn't tell her. I called the head of allocation. And I said, no, I didn't call her, I texted her because I knew it was Christmas. And I said, I'll wait. The Prime Minister called me back in 10 minutes. So she said, what is happening? I said, Madam Prime Minister, I'm in my office, I'm feeling good, I'm in my office. She said, I'm waiting on the information. No pat on the back. She's calling about a woman who is in need. That is the Prime Minister you need. That when you're in times of trouble, at the HDC, we had a program called Lean on Me. And what Lean on Me meant, Dr. Rudal Munilal turns up there looking sharp in his outfit on a Saturday to hand out 100 keys. Every Saturday without fail. When it is 3 months before Christmas, he will announce 3,000 keys, right? Because he care and all he wants to do is to get the keys out. And do you know what? Public servants are some of the hardest working people I know when they are motivated. They will be in that office and at 10 they will call me in the night. 10 p.m. And they'll say, Miss John, we have gotten to a certain part in the procedure. We need for you to sign off. And you know what? I'll go back to my office and I'll sign off. You ask them, I'm talking openly, they'll tell you. Somebody wrote a reference to me the other day and they put that my personal credo is nobody could outwork me. I would return to that office and I'll sign every form. Why? Because the people depended on us. On mornings, we'll open the government office at 6:30 because a lot of our clients and customers will be coming through that PTSC, that gateway. And I wanted them to come, pay us, and go to work on time. We opened on Saturday and Sunday. Normal. For if people from Moruga, Tableland got allocated, we opened on those days to ensure they did not have to take the traffic. 1, 2, they didn't have to miss work. And 3, the best and biggest thing, the most impactful thing to happen to you in your life is to get a house, is to hear the words, you have been allocated. And when one Dr. Rudal Munilal puts that key in your hand, you can go the afternoon. A lot of people, it used to be like movement of Jah people. They will pull up the afternoon with their key in hand, open their door, and they move in. Now you're seeing people sitting down in the dark. On the paper says 6 months I'm here, no electricity. They say we got the keys this morning, and by the time we're walking away from the key giving out ceremony, they take back the keys because the house and they may finish. And now they are building houses without beam, without foundation, without bond. So it means when you don't take the security bond, you know what that means? It means that you have nothing to call in. So any number could play, and that is you to catch. Because money for the PNM is nothing. It's a sort of glad man and glad woman. They don't care what they waste. They don't care what they throw away. They don't care what they recuse away. And they don't care what they steal. It ain't matter because it's all about them and it's not about you. And it is the reason 7 babies. I mean, when 7 babies could die in a hospital in the capital city, it tells you we reach where we reach. We ain't going nowhere. We have reached. UNC, Trinidad and Tobago, I'm telling you in the next election, vote for YOU. Vote for yourself. Vote for betterment. Vote for a woman with empathy. What she has, the heart she has is a superpower. Don't bother with anybody, you know. Let me tell you something. This UNC has so much strong-willed people. People with all kind of ideas. We ain't easy, you know. But never mind what you tell this lady they call Kamla Prasad Mrs. She answers you in the same tone. And she will tell me, Jearlean, a political party is not a business. You can't fire everybody. Calm down. Calm down. It is her temperament that have us heading towards government. And nobody could tell me we are not going to win the next election. They could jump high. They could jump low. They could wish this. They could wish that. They could jump up. As well, you say what did they say? I could look left and right here, playing with you, whatever, God knows. So, many who have seen their mothers and fathers treading up the wine press, working every single day. Yes, our people go to work. as they read out before, I've worked in the state sector and in leading roles as managing director, PTSC, HDC, board member, TNTEC, YTEP, chairman, UDCOT, and I've never seen people more engaged and harder working than, as I said, a motivated public servant. So people show up for work every single day, only to end up with 4% in their wages to pay a 100% increase in everything. They cannot pay for extra lessons. They cannot pay for nutritious food. They can't pay rent. They can't pay for everything. So when the PNM brag that they have been running this country for over 50 years, whose fault it is that it is in a mess? Whose fault? Are you awake, Moruga Tableland? Yes, I want to know whose fault it is. I want to know. So you have to ask yourself, from 2010 to 2015, and now 2015 to 2024, are you better off in 2024? Are you better off? No, you're not better off. You understand? You understand? So I don't know what people are talking about. I don't know where all this confusion is about. Because when election day bell is rung, I don't know where Raul is running on. He can't run on billboards and promises. Just this morning I'm looking at Bloomberg News and I'm seeing the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. They have election this week. Modi, when he started, he's going for his third term. When he started, India was number 10 in the world in terms of wealth, the economy. 10. Today, they are number 5. By the time this term finishes, they'll be number 3. And they are moving past China because Apple and Microsoft and Micron looking to put down their flag in India. That is what a prime minister does. He stirs the economy. Things must change. You can't get only rivers of blood. When you're prime minister, you have to hang your head in shame. You have to have a track record as the one left by Kamla Prasad Bisesa, and I don't care what nobody say. It was the best times, and now we are in the worst of times, and we have to know the difference. Nobody don't come and ask me who to vote for. You must know who you must vote for, because you must know that when you went home with 14%, your wife did love you more, because you know no money, no love. You know we man just drop it. So we are not a Facebook and a shares and like party. We are boots on the ground. Direct engagement with you. In this Moruga Tableland, our dear Member of Parliament, Michelle Benjamin, is like black girl magic on the ground. She's going to win this seat in the next election. And they can do what they want. I'm saying with the work, she's going to win the seat. So all of the people, working with the people, all of the people, that is what it takes. And for those who labor with you, labor with us, it will be returned in full measure. Because by the love that we show for all because of our leader. Because of our leader. She preaches a message of love to my great consternation. When I call in war, she said, no, Jearlean, put a little love in your heart. So thank you, Moruga Tableland. Thank you, UNC. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Oh, where them get it from? Nobody knows.